Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Yes.
Welcome back to the Dickinson Adventures.
Today we will be sharing our resources list today. Yay! And we had a lot of people asking about it, emailing us, really how to travel and book your own international travel on a budget. We're going to tell you ways that you could do it by yourself. We also have other options where you can have other people do it for you. So today we'll be sharing a little bit about us so that you understand our little trip to Tanzania.
Yes.
We wanted to visit another area just to see where we might want to move if we wanted to move. Everybody knows there's a lot going on in America right now, and a lot of people are leaving. So we checked out that option. We wanted to just go and see. We were actually blessed with our plane tickets and didn't even have to pay out of pocket for our plane tickets. Just so you all know, we are not rich. Some people would consider us like low income. So together we make we don't even make over 40,000 between the two of us.
Yes, we do.
A little bit over. But not that much over. So that's still considered low income because some of the people that we were around while we were in Salaam, like they was making money, okay? So one of the first things that you will need to look into before you book your trip or your destination to visit or whatever you're looking for. One thing that I looked up, the website was called Expatistan. And I looked that up to kind of tell like what the different cost ranges were for different areas. So we were in Jacksonville. So we looked at, okay, how much is the cost of living in Jacksonville compared to other African countries? So we were looking at Ghana, the Gambia, and Tanzania. So once we did our comparison on Expatistan, found out that Tanzania was actually the cheaper place. So that's why we started to look at Tanzania, because we knew that it would be in our budget, more in our price range. So that's how we figured that out. And you can go in and play with the cities and put in your city that you're in now and a few different cities that you're looking for. And that can help you find destinations, because a lot of people don't know where they want to go. Like everybody's not going to Africa. Some people are going other places, as we said before. So the main thing, once you find out where you want to go, is your flight, because that's going to probably be the biggest expense. We were blessed to find flights, a round trip ticket from JFK to Kilimanjaro in Tanzania for $750, and that was round trip. We booked on the Wednesday and we traveled on the Wednesday. So that is the main tip, y'all. If you want to find cheaper flights, most of the cheaper flights are found on a Wednesday, leaving out on a Wednesday. And like I said before, booking on a Wednesday is cheaper after holidays too. And we also found out that you can get a cheaper flight right like a week before you want to leave, because a lot of the airlines want to fill up their planes. So they're doing that just to get people on the plane and fill it up.
And I'm just going to be here with my pretty face for most of this because she did all the research. So I'm just going to nod, smile, and I might throw in a joke if I see a good opportunity. You know.
Well, we flew on Qatar Airways, but we found it through Hotwire. I also use Skyscanner. Skyscanner can give you a range of prices, and you can look at all the dates. You can look at all the different locations and play with it on Skyscanner. It has calendars on there where you can actually see each day how much the flight costs. So that was a really big tool for us. Once you decide where you want to go and you get your flight, you also need to look at the visas, and you need to look at whatever things are needed in order for you to go. So for us to go to Tanzania, we did need a COVID test. We had to do that because we were traveling during a pandemic. Then we also had to have our visas for Tanzania, which we got on arrival, which for U.S. citizens is $100. Other people can get the $50 visa, but we cannot get the $50 visa.
And it's better to get your visas. See, I got an input for it. It's better to get your visas when you get there than trying to get them online, because you don't really know if it's going to get there on time, if they're going to accept it, whatever might happen.
Right, so make sure you have that in order. Another thing, once you get over there and you figure out all your things that I need. Oh, also, we did not need a yellow fever vaccine or anything like that. Now, I'm not sure about other African countries, but you can always look up your country or wherever you decide to go. The next big thing was housing, okay? Our situation, we briefly spoke on it. We had an arrangement to do to stay with locals and to pay for food and everything else that we needed while we were there. It didn't quite work out, and we wound up paying more in our first week in Arusha than we did our first week in Zanzibar by ourselves. And for other people that are watching who think that we only paid 50,000 shillings to stay in Garamtoni, Arusha, you are so wrong. We just didn't share everything. We were just telling y'all how much we paid for the housing. And with American culture, we pay for things based on what's available, the amenities. So we could have actually paid that same amount and stayed somewhere else, like, and had our own privacy and things like that. Well, only like a few dollars extra, because I had actually found places in Arusha for $8 a night on Airbnb, which is what I want to talk about. Airbnb you could use if you're on a budget, if you want to experience more of the local lifestyle. Even higher end places were on Airbnb. My biggest suggestion to you when you are going out of the country and you're booking on Airbnb, please talk to the host. I know it's possible to book on Airbnb without talking to the host, but don't do it. Don't do it. We experienced problems like that. We heard of other people who experience problems like that. It's a lot of people over there, they're not checking like their Airbnb profiles every day. They don't like the fact that Airbnb pays them later than what they expect. They don't like that Airbnb takes the money out. Like, it's a lot of stuff that goes on with that. So if you're gonna book with Airbnb, just make sure you talk to the host, you get an understanding, know exactly what they have there, because sometimes they'll say, oh, well, we have Wi-Fi. There's no Wi-Fi. Oh, well, we have air conditioning. There's no air conditioning.
Or they'll have a European toilet with no toilet seat.
Which we didn't understand, but we're not going to get on toilets, okay? We're not talking about toilets. No toilets, okay? Another option that we found out about is because of COVID, a lot of hotels are empty. A lot of resorts are empty. So you could also go over, I wouldn't suggest doing this online or over the phone, but actually show up to the property and say, hey, I want to stay here for 3 to 4 weeks. I have $500. I have $600. I want to stay here for the whole month. 9 times out of 10, they are not going to turn you down. And it's
make an offer.
Yeah, make an offer, and they'll let you stay there. And most of the resorts were very nice. They're gated. They have security. There were some places that had like a curfew and things like that, but it wasn't nothing too serious.
Yeah, and they usually have restaurants and bars in them anyway, so you don't really have to go out at nighttime once you're in there.
Yeah. So, and just so you get a comparison, our first week in Arusha with everything that we paid for, we paid about 400,000 shillings. That's with everything. That's everything that we had to spend on.
Food, travel.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Buying lunch.
We're not going to talk about it. But when we stayed in Zanzibar for 2 weeks, we only paid $255 for our Airbnb for 2 weeks. Okay, so that's about the same amount as we paid to stay that 1 week, and all that stuff that we had to pay for. We paid just for that, for housing, for 2 weeks. So that's why I say, like, you can always book it on your own. Look, double check again. Just look all around. Like, you're on vacation. It's not like you're really tied to a certain area. Also, make sure once you have your housing that you know how you're getting around. That is very important, your transportation. So there's a few different ways you can get around while you're out there. One of the ways that we used, but not too much, was a cab. That's because they can get expensive because they know you're a tourist if you're trying to get into a cab. We have a cab driver in Dar es Salaam, which we're going to leave his information in the description. He speaks English, he's a good driver, and he gives you the Uber rates, the local Uber rates. Like he doesn't do the inflated pricing. So that's really good. And like I said, he's really nice, he's cool, and he can hook you up with different places you want to go. If you tell him what you want to do, he can help you with that too. So like I said, we're going to leave his information down in the comments. Another way to travel around was the bajaji. And a bajaji is a three-wheel. Is it three wheels?
3 wheels.
Like a three-wheeled vehicle. The driver sits in the front, and then they have like a row of seating in the back.
Scary.
It's a little bit cheaper than the cab. If you want to go and if you're going like a shorter distance, about 15, 20 minutes? At the
about
most.
3,000 to 5,000 shillings.
Well, yeah, like if you're going that route, about 3,000, 5,000 shillings. And that's for Tanzania, y'all. But like we said, this video is for anywhere, but we're going specifically with Tanzania because that's where we went and that's where we have the most information. The next way to travel is the boda, and that is the motorcycle. And that could be kind of scary, but if you're going like short distances, like right up and down the street, like it's okay. And it's only 2,000 to 5,000 shillings. And like me and Robbie was riding on the back of one.
And it's really fun. It's scary to think about, even think about how people ride on the back of motorcycles here.
Yes.
It was easy. Hands on the side. I was chilling and stuff. Yeah, I was doing my thing.
Yes, and the next way to travel around is the dollar, which is the bus. If you want to experience local culture and just see the people and feel what it's like to just be in the midst of them, like get on the dollar. It's really cheap. It's only 200 to 500 shillings. It could be a little more depending on where you go. Like when we first got on the dollar in Zanzibar, I think we got overcharged, but it was cool. I think we paid they could charge us 15,000 shillings from Stone Town to Nungwi. And we had a big suitcase too. So people will charge you extra if your suitcase is taking up space on the bus because a person can be sitting there. So you're going to have to pay for your luggage like it's a person if you want to get on the bus, which is not that much.
And one thing I say about all of it, even with what she said before about housing, check, double check, triple check. Don't just go with the first price. Ask about 2 or 3 pajajis, ask 2 or 3 taxis, ask the different people, and you'll get the right price eventually. Right. I tell them what you have. I got this, can you do that? If you feel like it's still too high, and they more than likely they'll still do it because they want the cash, and it's probably still overcharged than what they usually charge. So.
Right. The next way to travel was the coach bus. We took a coach bus from Arusha to Dar es Salaam. It was an 11 to 13 hour ride. But it's only 33,000 shillings, so that's about $15. And that is nothing compared to like Greyhound and stuff.
Yeah, Megabus don't even give you that good a deal.
Right, going far like they don't. Another mode of transportation, our last mode of transportation in Tanzania is the ferry. The ferry. The ferry is $35 a person, and you can get on I think it's called the Kilimanjaro Express too. Yeah, the ferry is, and the bus is the Kilimanjaro Express.
If you get seasick easily, y'all better catch a plane over there. But because they have a slow ferry, and then they have a fast ferry, and then they think they have a faster ferry. But we was up on the waters like this, y'all.
The boat was going so fast, it was skipping. It felt like it was skipping on the water. Like that big old ferry felt like it was skipping. So it's really moving fast.
People were out there.
People were throwing up.
Oh yeah, people as soon as the boat started, they do have an outside little deck that you can go on just in case you need the fresh air and stuff. But people were out on the deck.
People on the deck throwing up.
People were
Okay?
throwing up everywhere in the
They
house.
throwing up everywhere. Yes, yes, yes. So we're gonna try to get through this quicker. Another thing is the food. Okay. So the food, you can choose to cook your own food sometimes, or you could choose to go out. And even when you go out, you can go to local restaurants or tourist restaurants. There is a big difference over there. A big difference. So we'll start with the local food. Local food, you'll find like your common fruits and vegetables, your meats, fish, depending on where you are. Nothing is too expensive. We got fruits for 1,000 to 2,000 shillings. Like
smaller fruits, watermelons and pineapples were between 2,000 and 3,000. So not bad at all. Shillings.
Yes, shillings. And then like meat was from 5,000 shillings to 10,000 shillings, which is not a lot either.
Half a kilo, a whole kilo is about 10,000 shillings.
And then your local restaurants, how can we describe? How would they know a local restaurant?
You have about 2 different type of local restaurants, but ones that's usually considered safer or more established ones. Doesn't matter if it's outside or inside, they have chairs.
Right. If they have
they have a sitting area.
That is a local restaurant, and it's good enough to eat at, y'all.
Yes, and you can find bigger ones too, where there's a little bit more covering, a little bit more je ne sais quoi about it, something a little bit more special about it. Yeah.
Yes, and like at the local restaurants, we were able to get plates for as low as 2,500 shillings, up to about 12,000 shillings, which still is not a lot at all.
And that's full plates.
Like so much food you could barely eat. Like you're gonna want to have to take some with you.
Yes.
And then you have your resort restaurants, of course, which these are gonna stand out. You're gonna know exactly which one are the resort restaurants, and those they can start at 20,000 shillings, and we saw prices as high as about 45, 50,000 shillings for like lobster and stuff when we were in Zanzibar, but that's still
Food
not
starts
a lot.
at about 15. The lowest is about 15.
15, yeah.
For a meal, you can get like different sides for like 8,000 shillings, 10,000 shillings, but full meal start at about 15.
Yes, another thing that you're gonna have to buy over there is water. Yes, you're gonna have to buy your water, and if you're gonna be there for a while, it's best to buy like I think it was 15 liters of water.
The big ones that go on top of the water machine.
Right. We normally put them on that little water machine and get the little cups and have the little thing. Y'all know what we're talking about. But you'll need this. I think we went through the month we was there. How many we bought? We bought 4. We bought 4. So about 1 per week. You're gonna need it.
And you use that to cook. You use that for drinking.
Tea.
Yes. You just use it for, except washing. You can use the water to wash.
Yeah,
brush your teeth. We even use it to brush our teeth. We put a little bit in the cup and rinse our mouth out.
Yes, if you're gonna be there a while, you are going to need a cell phone. Most of the times, like your driver knows exactly where to go get your SIM card registered. You can get your SIM card registered with your passport, and all you need is 2,000 shillings. That's less than $1. That's all you need, and then they'll have you registered on a SIM card. They'll be able to know where you are. They'll know exactly who it's registered to. Then you can get your cell phone.
What? That doesn't give you minutes with the SIM card. That just gives you activeness.
Yes, because you need your SIM card, you need your cell phone, and then you need minutes. Okay, so the cell phones are the little phone, like the little old school phones we used to use where you got to push the button 3 times to text and stuff. Those phones are between 40 and 47,000 shillings. Do not let anybody tell you anymore.
Don't let it happen.
Yes, do not do it. But you can get minutes as cheap as 2,000 shillings, and then you can buy like bigger packages with internet, like 10 GBs of internet for like 10,000 shillings. So that's not a lot.
And you can also get the Wi-Fi router, little router thing.
The modem.
The modem, you can just use that for your internet and things like that. They say it's like 50, maybe $60 a month, and it comes with the little router, so you kind of winning if you go that way, and you don't have to worry about shortage of internet or minutes running out or anything like that.
And the last thing, which is not really something you need, but you're gonna want it, is souvenirs. Okay, who goes halfway across the world and don't buy anything to bring back?
Before she goes there, shower shoes. Remember your shower shoes. They're very cheap. You can get them while you're there, bring them while you're there, but you're gonna want shower shoes or in-house shoes, because a lot of people don't like you to bring your shoes in the house. You leave them at the door or take them in later, but you need something to walk around in, something to bathe in.
Right. So back to these souvenirs, because we did bring some back. We bought a lot of bracelets and anklets and jewelry and stuff like that. And jewelry you can normally get from 2,000 to 5,000 shillings. You can get bigger pieces, like 10,000 shillings. If it's really big and come all down like this, you can get it like 10,000 shillings. Then pictures, we got a lot of pictures. We paid about 10,000 shillings for the pictures.
A piece.
And then fabric. If the area in is known for fabric and stuff, you definitely gonna want to bring it back. I got some beautiful fabric. I hope I can put a picture in the video so y'all can see the fabric that I bought from Africa. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. And we also bought, while we were there, we bought natural medicine.
Yes.
From the Maasai and things, just natural herbs to make sure that our immunity stayed up while we were out of the country and before.
That's the man right there. That's the man.
But yes, like our medicine from the Maasai medicine man was between 30 and 40,000 shillings, and we just bought stuff, like I said, to increase our immunity, make sure we didn't have any mucus in us, no headaches or coughs or anything like that. Which, as you can see, it must have really worked, because we went all the way over there and came back and didn't have any issues. And we also bought Maasai weapons.
Yes.
And those were not expensive either. Surprisingly, only 15,000 to 20,000 shillings.
Yeah.
So, like we said before, you can travel and book all of this on your own, okay? You can find discounts, you can find deals and things like that. It is going to take a while, because it took me a while to look up all of this stuff, to book everything and things like that. If you do not want to book all of these things yourself, you can always have someone else book it for you, which is where I come in. If you want me to book your trip for you, to make sure you don't have any stress, make sure you can just go on your vacation and enjoy yourself, and just let me know in the comments. Or you can just email us at dickinsonadventures.com.
So what you trying to say, you got a old business or something?
Yes, I can help you with your travel. I just got licensed as a travel consultant because I want to be able to book my family's trips. I want to be able to travel and speak. I want to be able to travel and put my plays out and things like that. And I know everybody else wants to travel too, and make sure that they get the cheapest deal that they can get, especially going all the way to Africa. You're going to need all of your money. So I made sure that I was able to have a way for us to get cheaper airfare, cheaper rentals if you dare to drive over there. Cheaper accommodations too. Everybody doesn't want to stay in a local house. Some people just want to stay in a hotel, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to stay in a hotel, I can help you book that too. But we're over here in the States, you know, so we know a lot, but there's more people who have more inside knowledge, who are actually on the ground. We had a subscriber reach out to us, Miss Ebony. Hey! Miss Ebony is an American citizen, but she has a Tanzanian business, and her business is called First Class Africa. And First Class Africa, they help you with a lot of different services and things like that. They help you with transportation, housing and schooling, legal services like immigration if you really want to move there and do it the right way. Like, she knows all the different laws. She knows all the different processes to make sure that you're not deported. Yes. Make sure that you can start your business right. They also have translators, and they do excursions and tours. So that's on the ground over there. Y'all already partnered here in the States. So that's another company. If you want that first class experience, if you want to go over there and not really live like you don't want to live the local life. We'll say it like that. You want to go to Africa and just vacation in style, then you want to definitely contact Miss Ebony. Do not ask her for a repack discount.
Yes.
Y'all stop that.
Yes.
Don't ask nobody for a repack discount. They don't know what we're talking about, y'all. Just don't do it. Don't do it.
Yes.
You have anything to say, Ray?
No, I mean, you pretty much did all the research. So, like I said, I got to throw in about 2 or 3 jokes, baby. And I'm good, y'all.
Yeah, so...
If you do have any questions, if you want to learn about becoming your own travel agent, if you want to learn more information about more insight on things we did, reach out.
Yes, we don't mind sharing.
Yes.
We don't mind talking to you on the phone.
Yes.
So please let us know. We have calls set up already with people who want to just hear our experience, who also need help making a trip too. So we want to make sure that they have all the information that they need to have a great experience. We don't want people going through some of the stuff that we went through. You will go through some things, but it will not be as hard as if you didn't get your research and get your different avenues to just...
And guess what? It's all free. The phone call, even if you get our services, we get our cut from another end, and it's not going to be an extra fee on top of you to book with us.
No, not at all. Because we don't believe in that, y'all. We're not trying to get rich. And like we said before, like, we'll just let you all know, we're entrepreneurs. We've been doing our businesses like since 2013. We've been doing entertainment. We've been doing events. He does photography. I do hair. I do stage performances. Like, we do a lot of different things on our own. Okay, so we're working it out and trying to get it on our own. That's how we do as entrepreneurs. We're not trying to sell you nothing shady or anything like that. Like we said, we have our book, which is Natural Herbs, which you can look up on Amazon. And if you want to build your immune system how we did before we left, you could just get the book. You could look at it online. You could find your ingredients that increase your immunity, put them all together, make you a tea. Take your emergency. Emergency is in the store for people who do not like to make their own things, because I realize that some people just rather go buy it off the shelf. They don't want to make it on their own. So that's cool too. Get your emergency. Do what you need to do to build your immunity and be able to travel. Do not be afraid to explore the world right now just because of Corona. We're going to also be releasing our videos soon about flying with Qatar during COVID. Because it's important. There's certain things that you need to do. There's things that you can do to increase your chances of coming back without being sick. So like we said before, thank you all for watching. And we hope that you come back to the Dickinson Adventures.